once again. We're back.
We're back.
Last time, I forgot the mics.
Yeah.
It sounded like ass. I'm not gonna lie to you. But part 2, who cares?
Here we are.
Here we are. We get to talk about it again.
Change. We grow.
We grow. Like I said, bro. Yesterday we were a whole different person. Now we learned a lot more things, eh?
True.
There you go.
Once again, Valentine's Day, y'all. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. This is a Valentine's special for everybody.
Valentine's special. Hope
especially for the single ones. Especially for the single
ones. Yeah, the single people are watching for sure, bro.
Hey.
No shame in that, though.
No shame in that.
No shame in that. We single here, too.
Yep.
Facts. We single here, too.
Facts. But yeah, please, thank you for coming on. Introduce yourself, what university you're in, what's your major?
My name is Brandon Almeida. I'm a second-year McMaster University student, majoring in social psychology and minoring in business. And I'm a good friend of Yash over here. Thank you so much for having me.
Appreciate you for coming on, brother.
I'm excited to answer your questions.
Let's get right into it, bro. You can lose someone you genuinely loved, and the hardest part isn't always the goodbye. It's the silence after, the overthinking, the feeling that something meaningful ended, and now you're left questioning yourself. So, let me ask you this. What's heavier right now? Is it missing her, or is it dealing with your own thoughts?
Well, comparing to my perspective or my answer from the last time we've talked, our last take of this podcast, I would have told you it was the thoughts and the whole feeling of what went wrong and the regret and the what ifs. But now that things have sort of marinated and I've kind of had much more time to process and to really sit with the whole post breakup thing, I would say that I do miss that person. And I think that first coming out of that relationship, I was constantly telling myself that I didn't miss her and that whole event doesn't really faze me, and that I've kind of grown from actually dwelling on how should I say this, heartaches, if you could describe it like that. But I think that you're always going to miss that person that you had that connection with, no matter how much you try to hide it or how much you try to fight against it. That connection you had with that person is a part of you, and I think there's no shame in trying to, not trying to, but more so leaving that part of that connection you had with them with you moving forward. I kind of like to think of it as we are a monument of all the people we've met and all the connections we've made. And I think that it's not sort of heavy, like you said, with the whole missing that person, but it's more so like a melancholic feeling now that I've had time to process it all.
Do you miss the thought of her? Or do you miss being with her though? That's a question everybody asks, and I just have to ask that.
That is a good question. I would have to say I think it's a mix of both.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I miss the whole thought of having someone there constantly that I could confide in and share such great experiences with. But I also miss the person as well, because obviously they meant something to me. And I think it's very easy to get mixed up with that, and that whole whether or not it was the feeling or the actual person. And it took me a while for me to actually decipher the difference between the two, but I think that regardless of whether or not it was the thought of that person or the person themselves, just the whole sense of missing someone um, is something that like truly means something. And I think that it's very important to reflect on that and to actually like question, why do you miss that person? Or why do you miss that thought? Or like, why do you miss that feeling? Could it be something that you're lacking in your actual life? Like maybe you don't actually miss having a relationship, but also just miss like having just a friendship. Cause I feel like it's very easy to get mixed up with actually wanting a relationship or just wanting someone there. And that could also be very easily attainable with your friends and your family. So,
Facts.
yeah,
Facts.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, bro, you would say it's a little bit of both, right? It's the
yes,
thought of
yes,
having the person and being with that
yeah.
person. I would definitely say the same thing.
Same thing.
I would
Yeah.
say it's a little bit of both, but at the end of the day, it's just developing you to become
Hmm.
into a better person, into a better character,
Yeah.
right? And that's something a lot of people get that mixed up. Some people miss the thought of her, but they assume that it's being with her. You know,
Hmm.
like how should I say this? It's a lot of people say that they want to they miss that feeling being around that person, holding hands, having that love type of feeling
Yeah. Like the intimacy.
with the intimacy.
Yes.
They confuse those two things.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people they dread over this thing a lot more than they should. This is something I feel like you said, it's a canon event.
Hmm.
And I think it's
Hmm.
important for quite a lot of people to go through this, man or
Yes.
woman.
Yes.
Man or woman.
Yeah.
It really just builds you into who you are now
Hmm.
and who you could become into for the next person.
Yeah.
So you should never take these things negatively because that's gonna affect you.
Yeah.
It's gonna affect you mentally.
It's just harder to like carry when you
Exactly.
view it that way.
Exactly. It's just harder to really move on to better things
Hmm.
when you have a lot more important things going on in your life.
Exactly.
You get what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
I like to like think about like how a relationship should never be like the main course or like the main meal to your life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It should always just be like an addition to your life and like like with the analogy, like a dessert, you know?
Mhm. Mhm.
And I feel like viewing it like that sort of relieves the whole like constant stress or like the
Mhm.
constant desire to have a relationship in your life. Because
Yeah.
as much as a relationship is like very normalized and desired amongst like society, I feel like one thing that we should like sort of like establish first is developing a relationship with ourselves and actually being able to live without having someone there constantly. Because, like, one thing with me was that with my past relationship, I had a very, like, constant insecurity of whether or not they'll leave me or not. And I feel like that created a lot of tension within my relationship. And it would have been a lot more healthy if I actually had confidence that, you know, that like you're enough, you know? Going back to like the whole Instagram reel of like the question. And yeah, so I think that's very important to establish before like really, really like um, making your whole goal or your whole priority getting into a relationship.
Mhm. How's the detachment process been for you?
Mm.
What have you been doing? What steps have you taken towards that process, or have you not taken any steps?
Detachment and how so?
Detaching yourself from that person,
Mm.
detaching that love that you had for that person.
For that person.
How's that process right now for you,
Oh,
and is it difficult?
okay. Yes, very difficult.
Yeah.
But like I like to tell myself, nothing easy is worth anything. I feel like there should be always like opportunities for you to challenge yourself. And with the whole like detachment, recovery thing, whatever you want to call it, some things that I've been doing is like putting more like effort into my friendships and my family relationships and knowing that like that whole like feeling of intimacy or like companionship can be achieved with your friendships and your family as well. And also just like going back to what I said before, challenging myself with school, with putting myself in uncomfortable situations has allowed me to like have more confidence in myself. And it made me just like stop constantly ruminating about my past relationship or that person. And I think that as cliche as it sounds, focusing on yourself really does go a long way. But I also like to think, I also like to think that investing into your current connections is a very, very important thing.
LinkedIn demon.
LinkedIn networking, yeah,
LinkedIn networking.
networking. I'll put it in the
That,
comment.
that that's what that's what he's talking about, brother.
Yeah, network, bro. Network. It goes a long
It
way.
goes a long
It
way.
goes a long way,
Goes
both
a
in
very
your
long way.
relationships and your professional career, man.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Yeah. Just like this right now, like this podcast has allowed me to like
Put yourself.
detach
Yeah. Detach yourself.
from that whole like event. And obviously this whole topic has allowed me to also reflect on things. And I think that's also another thing. I think you should make some meaning out of what happened rather than just like
Ooh,
brooding
that's
over
good.
it.
That's good.
And a big thing, like Yash has suggested to me, is journaling and praying to God as well. And
Biggest one.
yeah, and yeah, just like attaching a meaning to like past events, past hardships really helps you to move forward with it. And it honestly makes it a lot more meaningful. Cliche as it sounds, but yeah, yeah,
Yeah, bro. Detachment is it's a rough
it
process. It's
is.
a
It
very,
is.
very rough process.
Yeah.
Because one day you're just loving that person, then the next day you guys are just separated like nothing ever happened.
Hmm.
And that's the worst part of it, right? Because now in the process of detachment in the Gita, it says that you shouldn't be attached to a lot of things, right? Now, I get attached very easily. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna hold
Me and you both, bro.
you.
Me and you both, bro.
There we go.
Yeah,
now,
bro.
now the thing is, I understand now why the Gita says that. The Gita says attachment, bro, attachment to money, anger, greed, whatever it is, it causes a lot of pain. It causes a lot of pain. Now, I'm not saying it's an entirely bad thing, right? But I'm saying putting your entire soul, making that person your entire day,
Mm,
prioritizing that person over literally everything, right? Now, of course, if you're married, right? And suppose God forbid something happens to that person, right? Yeah, of course, prioritize that person. I wouldn't want it any other way. But yo, if you're dating somebody and you have goals, you have ambitions, you have something you want to achieve, and that person is bringing you down, that is something you don't want in a relationship.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying our relationship, that person brought us down. I'm saying this for the other people out there.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they stay in this relationship because they don't want to be lonely.
Mhm.
They hate the fact that, oh, maybe suppose everybody else's relationship is going good, they're staying together, they're in love. I'm gonna pretend like I'm in love, and
Right.
I don't want to leave that person.
I have to add to that. Yeah. I think that that's another thing as well. Like that whole fear of like leaving that person because they feel like they won't find another person that'll love them that same way,
Hmm.
or that they won't like, how can I say this? They won't be able to get into a relationship again. I sort of had that feeling as well with my past relationship. And it's honestly not a good feeling because you
Yeah,
feel trapped and you honestly become very overly reliant on that person. And
both
it's,
mentally,
yes,
mentally, and you want to like physically be there
yeah.
with that person. Yeah,
And it's just like very
fried,
fried, bro. Very cooked. Very cooked.
fried.
Wouldn't suggest it, man. So that's why, again, going back to what I said, I think it's very important to establish your own like relationship with yourself and to like understand that you'll be okay being single, man. It is not like
Type
people think
shit.
it's like the trenches, man. And it's like, dude, come on, bro.
Facts.
So like, yeah, just like obviously I understand like you don't want to lose this person that you deeply love. But I also have to like suggest that like you're low-key doing a disservice to both them and yourself when
Yeah.
you
Oh,
act like that. So
facts.
yeah.
Facts. Love yourself before you can love others.
Cliche, but
Cliche, but it's
facts.
true. It's true. If you don't love yourself, if you don't have confidence in yourself,
You won't have confidence in the love that
you
they
want,
have for you.
there you go. Exactly. Exactly. You have to have that confidence in your relationship. A lot of people constantly have that fear, like you said, right? Like you had that fear. If you don't have that confidence in your day to day life without that person, how are you going to have that confidence with the person,
Exactly, man. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you got to build that confidence from external sources,
Mm.
going to more, suppose even in your professional life,
Mhm.
case competitions,
Yeah.
interviews,
Networking
networking
events.
events,
Yeah.
professional life, and in your personal life,
Mhm.
hanging out with your friends more, doing dumb things,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, come on.
Doing dumb things.
Yeah, I was like, you're young, man. You're young, bro.
Yeah, bro, we're all young. We're
That's
all
like the
young.
biggest, I feel like the biggest way to learn, you know?
Exactly. Bro, embarrass yourself.
Mhm.
Embarrass yourself.
Mhm.
You need to do those things if you want to gain that confidence.
You won't learn if you don't make mistakes.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. Like I'm doing this right now, it's because I want to gain that confidence and I want to help other people,
mhm.
right? So putting yourself out there helps you. That's one step you could take. Putting yourself out there.
Mhm.
Once you start putting yourself out there, you're going to want to do it again and again and again. Like remember when we went to go sing?
Oh, yo,
My
yo.
singing was hot ass cheeks. All right?
Hot Cheetos, bro. Hot
It
Cheetos.
was hot ass. This guy right here, this guy's a real singer though.
Nah,
This,
yeah.
this guy's a real singer
Bro
though.
got me blushing, man.
Like I was hot cheeks, but this guy Brandon, he made me come out there.
Yeah.
He made me put myself out there, actually do it. Never doing it again though. But
We'll see about that. See
we'll,
about that.
but it was fun. It was
Yes.
fun. I did
Mhm.
it, and I felt so good.
It's the feeling
It's
after,
that
man.
feeling
It's
after
the
you're just like,
feeling
holy
after.
shit, I just did that.
You put yourself
I
there.
put myself out
Exactly.
there. Like, yo, when I did that, I was just like, yeah, I'm on top of the world until I heard the singing. Until I heard the recording. I'm like,
Ooh.
yo, this is so hot, bro. This is so chopped.
Oh, man.
You see,
Yo.
it's these types of things that you gotta start doing, putting yourself out there, being with friends, doing dumb things, which it really just helps you. It really helps your character,
Mhm.
and it's gonna help your relationships.
It adds, like I like to think of it like a scorecard. Like, each time you put yourself out there or each time you say you're gonna do what you're gonna do, it's like a point to, like, having confidence that you can do shit, man. You can do it,
There
bro.
you go. There you go.
Like, sometimes, like, this whole, like, how do I say this? This whole belief that we're limited by our personality or by our character. But, like, sometimes you just need that big push, and sometimes you just gotta, like, fucking jump in that water, man. Do it.
Facts.
Do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jump in that water, bro.
Yeah.
Take that leap of faith.
Mhm.
Do it.
Mhm.
That's it, bro. Now on to the next thing. I want to ask you.
Yeah.
What made this relationship different from others?
Mm.
Different from your previous relationship?
Um, I'd have to say that the difference was, both myself and the person I was with, obviously. I think that my previous relationship sort of left a big mark on me, and unfortunately, I kind of brought that into my most recent past relationship, and I think that, like, I was carrying, like, some baggage, and that kind of, like, obviously steered the relationship in a direction, but the person I was with was very understanding, and a lot of, like, the love that I was expecting was very, like, reciprocated, and it honestly scared me because I wasn't used to that type of treatment, and, like, reflecting on my previous relationship, it was very, like, surface level, and I do wanna touch upon, like, the whole being attracted to, like, just the physical appearance or just, like, external things. I think that can honestly backfire, and, um, I do wanna impart that, like, when considering to get into a relationship, you should be, like, reflecting on why you want to be with this person, and I think that a lot of the people I've talked to are just, like, social media. They kinda stay, like, you shouldn't be self-doubting yourself or reflecting about whether or not you wanna be with this person because that just says something already, but I think it's important and smart to, like, first question why, you know? It's important to ask
Why do you
questions.
want to be with this person?
Yes. So, but yeah, going back to your question, sorry, with the comparison, I think that my most recent past relationship was very, like, healthy, and it was a matter of more so just, like, me still carrying past, like, baggage that I still had to unpack by myself, and so,
You
yeah.
had to uncover a lot of truths about you.
Mhm.
That's
That's
what that's what
yeah,
you didn't do before you went
before I went into that
into that
before I
relationship.
committed,
Mm.
yes. And again, actually, with the whole, like, establishing your relationship with yourself, um, I say that because I had a personal experience with my recent past relationship. Um, I was very, like, keen on getting into another relationship again because I missed that companionship. And it sort of made me like feel this sense of urgency to make sure it's like locked in.
You
And
want this to be locked in
yeah,
forever. Yeah,
yeah.
I get what you're saying.
And it kind of rushed our connection.
Mm.
And um yeah, yeah.
Do you regret it?
No, not at all.
Why?
I think that being with that person taught me so much about myself and being with
What? What
what
has it taught you though?
that I am worthy of love, worthy of good love.
I
And
like that.
being with her, she like really showed me that. And I was very, 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 very stubborn. I kept telling her like, "Oh, I don't believe you. I don't believe." Yes, I was a clingy ass boyfriend, bro.
Hey, he's clingy with me too. He's like,
Yo,
"What? You're not coming today?
oh, we're
Fine, be
clingy.
like
We
that."
both clingy, bro. Don't even cap, bro. Don't even cap. I'm proud in you too, bro.
Yo,
So,
chill, chill.
but yeah, like being with her really taught me a lot, and it made me like have more hope, you know, because I always had like an unhealthy perception of relationships, and um, being with her really made me realize also what I wanted in future relationships when I am ready again. And also, she just like being with her made me realize that like shit, bro, I still got a lot to unpack, and it felt very unfair to like sort of just like mm, trap her in that.
Mm,
And a lot of you might be saying like, oh, if you really loved her or if you really liked her, you'd
why
be
not stay with
willing,
her?
yeah, you'd be willing
Do anything
to
for her.
grow for
Yeah,
her.
grow for
And yeah, there, you guys are right. And
her.
yeah,
Folder with zero pressure.
full on zero pressure. But like, I have to be straight up, you know? And the thing is, I wasn't like, I wasn't willing enough to do that. And it took a lot of courage for me to like confront that. And a lot of it was just like, I didn't want to like, how do I say this?
You weren't ready to accept the truth?
Yeah. Yeah. And so I avoided it a lot. And at a certain point, it was just like very unfair to her. And
It was unfair to both.
yeah.
Both you and her.
Mhm. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I mean, like, bro, if you start feeling ways where you're just like
not capable of this or
not capable of this as of right now. I'm
yeah,
not in that mental headspace. You're
some
just gonna hurt yourself more and
and
you're gonna
her.
hurt her more.
Exactly. Yeah. It's exactly what I thought. And it was a very hard decision to make to like let that person go. Um
We're actually twins, bro. We're dead
Dead
ass
ass like
twins,
twins,
bro.
man.
Like,
Clingy ass boyfriend for life, bro. Let's do it.
I'm telling you, yo, like we're dead ass living like the same life. We're just like, yo,
Yo, my brother just another me.
my brother's just another me, bro. But
Oh
we're
man,
looking
bro.
we're looking at the moon. We're thinking about, yo, is Brandon thinking about the same thing? Is Yash thinking about the same
Dead
thing?
ass and bro called me and I was thinking
I
about the
called him.
same
I
thing.
called him, and we were both thinking about the same shit.
Yo, it's crazy. Y'all
Same
don't
shit.
believe us, but it's dead ass true, bro.
Wait, I have proof actually. A whole
Yeah,
ass
bro, recorded
2 hour
it, bro.
conversation. Yeah.
Oh my
That
god.
was such a good conversation
It
too,
was
bro.
really good,
We went
man.
for
It
a
was
straight
really
two
good.
hours, bro. That was
Yo,
crazy.
better add that on like your Instagram.
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
don't
god.
worry. Yeah, that's gonna be like in the clips that's coming through, right?
Okay, okay.
Recorded conversation with no consent.
No consent, no informed consent, nothing whatsoever,
Nothing.
bro. Nothing. The ethics on this man, nothing. He got no ethics.
Well, what type of advice would you give to other people going through the same thing? Would you tell them to wait more? Would you tell them to find out a little bit more truth about yourself, right? And what should you ask before going into that relationship? So, what are some of these things you would tell somebody else going
Mm.
through potentially the same shit?
Um, the first thing I would say is be kind to yourself and take your time. I think that like when I first experienced my first breakup, I was rushing to get healed or recover from it. And that obviously was not good because I brought that baggage that I didn't like really truly take the time to unpack. And obviously it affected my next relationship. So I think that the first thing you should really prioritize is making sure that you take the time to actually unpack your baggage and actually make sure that, you're ready for your next one. And something that I like to tell myself is that say you did have a good relationship with a person and things didn't work out. Just imagine when you do find that one, when you do find that person that you're meant to be with for the rest of your life, you would want
To
to
be the
be
best
ready.
version.
Yes, you
You
would
want to be
want
you want to
that.
be the best version. Obviously, you're not going to be
Exactly.
perfect, but
Hmm.
you're going to be worthy of that,
Hmm.
right? I'm
And
not
not
saying
and
you're not
knowing that you're worthy of
exactly. I'm
it.
not saying you're not worthy right now, right?
Yeah.
But if you're going through things like this,
Hmm.
you have to work on that before you do get into something else.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Um, but yeah, and it's just like it adds a little motivation to the whole like healing process. And when the time comes, it comes, man. On God's timing.
In God's
On
timing,
God's timing,
in
man.
God's
Cannot
timing,
rush
bro.
it. Cannot rush
In God's timing. When you ask, "Why me?" to God, why do you
it.
have you asked
Mhm.
that question, "Why me?" to God?
Yes, yeah, I have.
Do you feel like you've gotten an answer for that?
Yeah, actually, I have actually. Like after the breakup, I was asking a lot of questions about why am I going through this? Am I not ever going to find the one, or like, am I never going to feel worthy of a relationship? And looking back on it now, after all like the stuff I put myself through to like really grow from it, I understand why God like, you know, put me on this path. And despite things not going the way I wanted to, you have to have that like faith that God has something better planned. And you may not see it now, but just in the little things, when you constantly ask that why me, it honestly puts things into retrospective and you start to like dissect or like investigate why you had that experience and what you learned from it. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah.
I kind of get what you mean. I kind of get what you
Mhm.
mean. What were we saying?
I do not know.
I don't remember either. We had a little intermission. We went to go to the
Yep,
washroom.
round two. Let's do it.
Round two. Pause. Uh, okay. Okay. Now, this conversation we were talking about, I'm pretty sure we were talking about God. So I wanted to ask you, did the pain, did it push you away or did it make you closer to God?
Hmm. Yeah, it drew me closer for sure. I think that, like, circling back to what I said about making meaning out of like your past hardships or just past experiences in general is very important. And so my first instinct really was to turn to God after breaking after the breakup. And like the question before was like the why me. And so I had to like really I think I relied a lot on God in the first few stages of moving on. Still do, obviously, but
Always.
always, yes.
Always.
And
Whether it may be good, whether it may be bad,
yeah,
always have that faith within God, because God is making these things that you may think it's not.
planting seeds,
It's He's
man. He's
planting
planting
seeds.
seeds.
You may
Yeah.
think it's horrible, it's ruining your life,
Hmm.
whereas it's actually building you. For
Right.
example, you remember the things I was going through like last semester, like
Yes.
a
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
confusing moment of my life. As every day I kept asking God to please guide my hand,
Yeah. Hmm.
and as the days went on, my life just gradually became a lot better. I became a lot
Hmm.
happier. I really started to understand why God was making me go through these things. It's because He's making me into a better person.
Yeah.
He's developing me. It's
Hmm.
for the next person to for it's for me to be developed for the next person,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yeah. I like to think he's like, how do I say this? Honing you
Hmm.
in the sense
Yeah,
that like
that's a very good way to
he's like
say it.
preparing you for the fruits of your labor,
Hmm.
if one might say. And I think that like a lot of like the whole hardships that you go through is honestly just in preparation for what God has in plan for you to reap. And he knows that like without these hardships or without these like adversity, you wouldn't be ready for like how should I say this? You wouldn't be ready for your potential. So yeah.
Mm, yeah, like right here in this quote, it says, "Faith doesn't erase the pain; it gives direction to the pain."
Yes, I like that. I like that a lot.
Because the steps you take, the things that happen to you, it's direction
Right, it's
to the pain. It's steering you.
steering you in the
It's
right way.
steering you, and it's so first it directs you to the pain.
Mhm.
Then after that, it directs you into a better version,
Mm,
into the better one of you.
mm.
You know what I'm talking about?
I wouldn't say directly, but it
Mhm.
more so like guides you onto
Guides
the
you.
path
Yes, yes, I like that.
towards that
I like that. Yeah.
like best you.
Yes. Exactly.
So yeah.
And faith is honestly a very important thing to both my life and your life.
Hmm.
That's something that we embody in our life.
Yes. It's important to have like those values
Mhm.
like embodied in your life because it gives
Yeah.
you like a sense of direction and like I like to think of for me the Bible as like a way of life and
Oh, actually, that's the same thing with the Gita.
yeah.
Now, the Gita is not really like it's the holy book. It's a way of life.
Yes,
It's
I
the
like
same
to
thing.
view it like that.
Yes.
Yes, because
Yes.
I know like some Christians or Catholics or like Orthodox, they like to some of them like to view it like strict, like down to the
Yeah.
core.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And for me, I like to view it as like morals,
Mhm. Mhm.
things that you should like live your life by and just like give you a sense of like how to navigate life,
Mhm.
stuff like that.
Yeah. No, we're not saying that atheists don't have that, right? Or if you're
Mm-mm.
agnostic,
Yeah.
everybody could have those morals. It
It could
doesn't
be just
matter.
like
Yeah.
your father or your
Exactly. Like you could
yeah.
have those morals or values. It could be from somebody you know. It could be from your parents that you already have those values
Mhm.
instilled in you,
Yes.
right? It's just that for a lot of other people, they like to have faith.
Mhm.
And for example, for us, we have that faith. We believe in a higher power.
Yeah.
We believe that higher power made us for a reason. It's
Mhm.
for a reason to be on this earth, to make that positive impact. So It's really about having those morals and values
Yeah. Down
of
to its core, it's
down to
important to just
exactly,
have values in general.
exactly.
Mhm.
And you want to kind of like share some of those morals and values with the other
With your
person.
partner.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Like, of course, you're gonna have differences,
Mhm.
right? And it's important to have
It
differences.
is.
If you
Yes.
don't have differences,
You won't grow
you won't
without
grow, and it's gonna be
differences.
boring.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. You wouldn't
Y-
wanna be, like,
You're
dating
dating
yourself,
yourself
bro.
essentially. Exactly.
Yeah.
You're dating yourself essentially.
Exactly.
You want to have some type of like difference
You
between the
need,
other
like, a
person.
different perspective
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
Obviously, if it's against your morals and values,
Yeah,
then
that's a different
that's a
story.
whole different
That's a
story.
different
You
story.
don't want to be with that,
Yeah.
then, right? But it's important to have those morals and values
Mhm.
instilled in you, and it's important to have those morals and values being told in the relationship. Like, this is what I value,
Mhm.
this is what I want, and this is what I want to achieve,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So, what helps you trust the process when things feel unfair? What are some things you've done in order to get to the person you are today? Or if you want to achieve better things in the future, what are you doing right now? What is
Mm.
that process?
Hmm.
I know that you said journaling.
Right.
That's one thing that you're doing in order
Yeah.
to get to that place.
So,
What
like,
is another thing?
what are things I do to, like, build myself in a sense?
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, it's like what's helping you trust God's way? What are you doing
Mm.
to go in that sort of sense?
Okay. Okay. Hmm. Journaling is one, but again, like, praying is one very big thing, and it's, like, instilled within me by my family as well, and that, like, every Wednesday, actually, we, pray together, and that gives me, like, a sort of like a checkpoint. I like to view it as a checkpoint for me to reflect on all the things that I've done in the past week, or, like, just in the past that I've, like, if reflect on, like, am I still on the right path? Am I still trusting um, God's plan? And, like, every time that I pray, it helps me to, like, ground myself and to, like, how do I say this? Ground myself in the sense that, like, I'm doing
The right
the
thing?
right thing. I'm
Mm.
on the right path,
How do you know
and
that though? That you're on the right path though?
I'm on the right path.
How do you figure that?
How do I figure that?
Is it
Hmm.
because you're starting to get over her? Is it because you're starting to
It's not a.
like really better yourself in some sort of sense?
For me, it's not even a matter of, like, getting over her anymore. It's more so just a matter of
Bettering yourself,
loving myself.
loving yourself
Loving myself, yes. Like,
type shit.
if I'm, like, being kind to myself for one, and being holding myself accountable and doing the things I say that I put myself to do, I just, like, it's just a feeling, man. It's like I like to, like, trust my gut feeling. And, like, if I'm
Oh
feeling
my gosh.
like
Like I said, bro, we're twins. We're actually twins, gang.
Oh my gosh.
Trusting the gut
Yo,
feeling. We're
trusting the
actually
gut feeling,
twins, bro.
man. I past me used to, like, ignore it to the bone, bro, because, like, I wanted, like, something else, or, like, I want to stay with this person, but my gut feeling knew this shit is not it, man. And I'm like, "Oh,
Oh!
no," but, like, just growing in general is,
Mhm.
like, coming to realize that you have to trust your gut feeling as well.
That's
And
very
you
important.
yourself know what's best for you,
Exactly.
not anyone else. I mean, maybe
You and God.
doctors for, like, if you have an illness, but, like, still. You know what I mean, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, bro.
Yeah.
You and God, you guys know yourself better than anybody else.
Yes.
Don't let
Yes.
anybody else tell you, "Oh, you're like this. Oh, I
"Oh, you
knew
should be like
or
this."
you should be like
Yeah.
this. Oh, I know you because I've known you for so many years." You don't know me. You don't know the things that I went through.
Mhm.
You don't know the things that I'm doing to achieve who I want to be,
Yeah.
right? And that's low-key actually another thing I wanted to talk about in a lot of relationships. In a lot of relationships, other people, they go to other people telling them their problems rather than communicating.
Mm.
Communication is
Right,
key.
bro. That's another thing.
That's
Yeah.
that's that's a very
'Cause it
big
could
problem.
steer you in a direction as
Exactly.
well.
Yeah,
Like, your
that's what I'm
friends
saying.
could, like, bias you or, like
Bro, and they'll be like, suppose a guy does one thing like, "Yo, I don't like what you did," or in suppose in a certain situation, "I don't like what you did." And then
right.
they're like, I hope you don't do this certain thing again."
Mm.
That's communication,
Yeah.
right? Now the friend could just be like,
They're justifying.
"Yo,
Yeah.
yo, he's controlling you,"
Mhm.
type of thing,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Or she's controlling you.
It just creates a lot of, like, noise, I feel,
Yeah.
in the relationship.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's controlling you or
Obviously,
she's
it's good
controlling
to
you.
have, like, a second opinion,
Yes,
though.
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you think what he or she said was not wrong,
Mhm.
listen to your gut. Like we were talking about,
Yep.
listen to your gut.
Yep.
Listen to yourself first before you listen to anybody else.
Exactly. That's
And
another thing, though. You need to have confidence to listen to
confidence.
yourself.
You see, everything correlates.
It does, man. It
Trusting your
does.
gut, confidence,
Yeah.
loving yourself, all of these correlate.
Yeah.
All of these
They're
correlate.
like pillars, man. They're pillars, bro.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
That's why when you're gonna ask for a second opinion, don't be biased, right?
Mm.
Whether it may be from a woman, from a guy, whomever it may be, believe yourself first, believe your gut before anything.
Mm.
That's a very key part.
Yeah. It
And
takes practice,
it
though.
takes
It takes
practice,
a lot of
yes.
practice.
Communication is very, very important.
Yeah.
That's one thing I want to say. Communication, if you don't have communication, relationship's not gonna go far.
You don't even got a relationship if there's no
Exactly.
communication, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if even if it's like a small thing that really bothers you,
You
talk
should
about it.
still, yeah, you should still, like, setting boundaries is another thing.
Exactly.
Very important. Yeah.
Exactly. It's very, very important to set those boundaries, and it's very, very important to let the person know if they supposedly disrespected you,
Or they
or
overstepped and
they
stuff.
overstepped a certain thing.
Because they won't know if you don't tell them.
Exactly. And it could happen again and again
Yeah.
and again. And it just builds and builds and builds
Mhm.
to the point where you just straight crash out.
Yep. Yep.
That's why communication, I can't stress this enough, it's key.
Yes.
It's very, very key.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
So one last question I want to ask you before we leave off.
Alright.
What is your meaning of life?
Mm. Oh, shit. I was, like, thinking about it when we went to the intermission, bro. I knew this guy was gonna ask me. Alright,
There's no right or wrong answer,
I
like I
know.
said, bro.
Yeah. Uh, you asked me this with our first take of this podcast, and I struggled with it a lot. I still do, cause like, that shit is, like
It's a tough question,
it's
bro.
a
Nobody's
question you
ever gonna have the
constantly
right
ask
answer.
yourself
Yeah.
throughout your whole
Yep.
life, and I feel like it fluctuates. I feel like your purpose of life could change in different phases of your life, different chapters of your life. And so, with that in mind, I feel like for me, in this chapter of my life, I think the purpose of life is to honestly make the most out of every day. Uh, I'm drawing this from like taking a little reference from, I don't know if you guys know it, but Carpe Diem.
Oh, that sounds very familiar. That
You
sounds
know it,
very
bro. You
familiar.
know it. Seize the day.
Seize the day.
Seize the day.
I feel like I know that. I feel like I know this.
Should I tell you, or should we let them guess?
Wait, I feel like I know this. What the hell? Where was that from?
Dead Poets Society. Yup.
Yes.
Yup.
Yes.
As
Yes.
cliche as it
Yes.
is, bro, I truly, truly advocate for that. I think that seizing every day like it'll be your last makes you like appreciate so much more in life. And like that's something that I've been like embodying recently. And like with that in mind, I don't know, I think that the purpose of life is to make sure that you're doing what you love, spending your days with the people that you love,
Mhm.
and seeing the love that's around you, because I think it's very, very easy to fall into like this whole perception or this whole perspective of viewing everything negatively and seeing the evil in this
There's too
world.
much negativity in this
Yes.
world. Too
And
much.
social media, the news,
Don't even get me started with
just the
that.
world right now is
Yeah.
very like negative. And I think the purpose of life is to be able to view it in the positive light.
Mhm.
And it takes a lot of strength to do that, because it's so much easier to be a negative pickle, bro. And it's just like
What's a negative pickle?
and it's just like, man, I think that true strength is in being able to see the good in people, seeing the good in situations in life. So, yeah, I think that's my purpose of life. I
I
don't know.
love it, bro. I
Thank you,
love
bro.
it, bro.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. Like the way you, because I remember last time you didn't have a
I didn't really have
coherent
a
answer,
answer. No,
but
no.
now you're very thorough with it, because I could tell you thought hard about it.
I did. And
And
like again, this podcast, our first take has made me like actually ask myself important questions, because I never really asked myself what is the purpose of my life, or what is the purpose of just life in general. And so again, I appreciate that.
got you, brother.
I appreciate
Anytime,
that. I
man.
hope you guys are benefiting from that too, because
Yeah,
it's
bro.
important to ask these questions.
Literally, that's the entire point of this podcast. It's for
Yes.
you to understand yourself better,
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
the things that you say to me
Yeah.
are things that you're saying to yourself in a sense.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
it's the same thing. I've told you this multiple times in the phone calls that we've had.
Yeah.
Everything that I say to you, whatever advice I try to give to you,
Mm.
it's the same advice I'm telling myself
Yeah.
to take those actions.
It's a two-way street, man.
It's a two-way
It's a
stream.
two-way street. That's what's
That's why.
beautiful about it.
Exactly, bro.
It's
And,
beautiful.
and that's the thing with this podcast. It's gonna help other people who may be going through similar problems,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And now, if you were to ask me my meaning of life, like in my stage that I'm at right now, it's to make a positive impact,
Mm.
to help others.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I started this.
This podcast.
I
Yeah.
really want to make this podcast. I really want to have this positive impact. It's not even about like getting all the views or getting
Mm.
likes, followers, fame, whatever it
Like
is.
the external
Those
things.
are external things. That's materialistic.
Right.
For me, the real joy comes in when my guest actually has gotten a positive impact from it,
Mm.
where they were able to actually truly talk their feelings, truly talk about what they wanted to talk about. That's the main thing about why I started this, right? So thank you for coming on, bro. You genuinely, you actually killed it.
Thank you,
Bro,
bro.
one thing I want to tell you,
Yeah.
genuinely, I'm so proud of how far you've come. Like, bro, I still remember that day, like when you weren't doing the best, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Called me, bro, look at you now, right? You're
Yeah.
killing it. You're doing good in school. You're going to networking events.
Mm.
You're somewhat of a LinkedIn warrior. You still got levels to be
I'm
at.
still not the 500
Eh,
plus connections
yeah,
yet.
he's not like me, you know,
Over
like,
here, 500 plus shit, bro.
bro,
I'm surprised he's still dabbing me up. I thought he was gonna stop dabbing me up once you reach that, bro.
bro, my goal is to delete LinkedIn.
Yo,
Once I'm up, LinkedIn is gonna be deleted.
yo, please, bro, for your mental
Deleted
health.
for my
For your
mental sake,
mental health,
bro.
bro.
But no, genuinely, bro, I'm very proud of how far you've come. And I know you're gonna go even further. You're gonna find the woman of your dreams. For now, work on who you are, continue to build that confidence, and always love yourself before you love others.
Amen, bro.
Keep praying. Keep praying.
Sure,
That's the
bro.
main
I'm
part.
saying this to you too.
Love you, my
You and
boy.
me, bro. Love you, bro. Thank you,
Yeah,
bro.
bro. Appreciate you,
Happy
though.
Valentine's Day,
Happy
y'all.
Valentine's Day, everybody.
Take care.
Peace.